Good morning, Laura.
Morning.
How are you?
Just honkadory, and you?
I'm doing really good. Just
Good.
hanging out with my love here.
Oh, look.
Say, hey, Miss Laura.
Hey.
Hey,
She
Miss
said, "What's
Laura.
that thing on your head?"
Hey. She sees that on Mama's head all the time.
I decided to do some deep conditioning today.
Oh yeah. Victoria
Well,
wants me to condition my beard to see if it will soften it up.
mine's been on top of my head for 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Did you see Craig shaved his head?
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Craig
my
shaved Craig shaved his head.
God.
And
I
he
missed
he
that.
he has like I don't know why he did that. He has a pretty good amount of hair too.
Yeah. Sometimes people just get tired of it.
Getting jealous of me and JT Livingston.
That's right. Exactly. Hey, I've often said sometimes I wish I could just, but,
It makes it so much easier.
and I have my dad's side of the family came from Charleston, and they have all that nappy coastal hair.
Yep.
That's what I have. So
Hmm.
it can be just like 2% humidity and it goes, "Zoop."
Yeah.
What
I
you
hear
doing,
it.
Kitty? What you doing?
Hey,
Hey.
we're just hanging out with Daddy. Hey.
Hey, are you good on technology?
No.
Yeah. My son informed me he's going to start working from home by the end of the month,
Uh-huh.
but he has to plug into with the Ethernet cord.
Hmm.
That's not going to work. We've got 3 TVs, 3 cell phones, a laptop, an iPad, and the modem or whatever he's got to plug into is in the den. It needs to be in his room. So I guess I'm calling Spectrum today.
Yeah.
They
Have him call Spectrum.
won't talk to him because they won't allow him to do another service because there's already service here. So I have to call.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to do that after our morning meeting and kind of go from there.
After your Legion.
Well, today I found it interesting. They said do 20 calls.
I know. I wrote that down.
I was like, heck yeah. But
I wrote.
I have to email some, and then I follow up with a text. Those
Yeah.
are just like those leads that I still haven't figured out how to get all their information.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, oh, because I've
And
been
I'm
trying so
almost,
hard to get to 40. It's impossible for me.
I think it's important, but I also think if you at least get 20 a day,
Yeah.
you're still out there doing what you need to be doing.
Yeah, I'm getting right now. I'm getting an average of like 14 to 17,
Well, that's good.
like throughout the whole week. I mean, my goal is to get 20, but I mean
Right.
with this one, it's been a
Yeah,
challenging.
I'm sure. Yeah, I had to move my office into the spare bedroom this weekend since my son's going to be working from home. I just don't know how this is going to work.
Mm, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Accept and adapt.
And I know how to adapt. That's my life history, adapt.
Yeah.
So
Accept and adapt and get it done. All right.
it'll all work out. Oh, goodness, bless you. Goodness
So
gracious, bless you. What's he doing?
so what did you get from this morning?
Well, unfortunately, I came in 5 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a friend. Her brother has cancer, and I was trying to give her a little moral support.
Oh man, that's sick.
Well, he's younger. It doesn't sound good, but I got, was it 260 to 271? They said read now the 2 timeless strategies.
Yeah, 261 to 270
Okay,
to read that as homework.
right. Well,
And
last time I
also,
read, he didn't do it. That was
yeah.
a week ago when he told us on a Friday to read something, and I did, and he never went over it.
Oh no, he's not gonna. No, he said he's not gonna go over it. It's just for you. It's just for you to read it for your.
Read. Okay.
Yeah, it's just for you. It's not to go over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I did find it interesting, though, listening to everyone speak, and this is where I've got to build my strength, is say, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I need to know if you're ready to move, because I've got two that are holding off because they're pregnant and they don't want to be in the pandemic.
Mhm.
And I understand that. I do. But at the same time, they're, hey, hey, hoo-hoo-hoo. See that silly lady? Woo. She's like, whoa. but there was some interesting information.
Good morning, Tarsha.
Good morning.
Hey, Tasha.
Hey, how you doing?
Woo.
Good.
I got conditioner on my hair.
I did all that yesterday.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh, looking good.
I was telling Richard, Dustin's got to start working from home next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved my office into the spare bedroom, and I've done it's 2 days, and my back is killing me. She's so funny.
Well, hello there, newcomer. I see you talking. She's so cute.
I know it. Tasha,
Yeah,
you just shift?
Yeah, I listened.
Yeah, another thing, Laura, you missed. It was actually someone mentioned it before the 8 a.m.
Uh-huh.
They said they've been just killing it on campaign ads, on Facebook campaign ads.
Right.
They're absolutely killing it, just getting a ton of leads from campaign ads right now.
I got to get my team to do that because I do it. It's all that technology. I don't.
Yeah.
We're working on that. Morning, Matt.
Hey. So right now, KW also has a, if you spend $75 on a campaign ad, they give you $25 back. So you get,
Really?
you get $25 of ads for $50 if it's your first time running a campaign ad.
Nice. Yep. And then also, I'm not sure if you saw, Laura, page 241, just talking about bulletproofing the transaction. I know you're on a team, so you most likely have people that do all that stuff for you. But that's, important, just contacting your clients, contacting the vendors, more than you normally do.
Right. Well, I will say one of my lenders is I get a email, text, or call at least once a week, which is nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
Nobody had any bad storms last night?
It looked like we had a pretty bad storm here. It's like soaking wet outside, and it's still raining a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I slept right through it, if so.
So did I. Yeah.
Finally, I got some sleep.
Storms never wake me up.
They do me.
Our power went out apparently because my computer was off this morning. Usually it's like on standby or whatever. And I'm sitting there waiting for it to turn on. And then I'm like, oh, it's not on at all.
That's because you're near the river. Those storms follow the river.
Yeah, we don't usually get that bad of storms, but our power here is awful. Like it goes out for anything. It's been off 3 times in the last 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, our power goes out here every day for like a second. So like our stove and everything, like the time is never correct. When we first moved in, we would set it, but then we're like, forget
You
this.
just don't worry about it.
Like it goes out every day.
Yeah. I hate setting clocks and stuff, especially in the car.
Me too. So annoying. So what did you get on the call, Tarsha?
Like you said, bulletproofing the transaction. I think if one of my clients would come through, I would just use a coordinator, just for that assurance that everything is going to go smoothly. I just know the coordinators are right on top of it. And I would also keep constant contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you feel a coordinator can do that you can't do?
Well, I think that they would just be in touch with the vendors and the lender, just like routinely, and then I could step in just to make sure everything's going. And I can do it, but in this pandemic right now, I just think they'll just have the routine down more so, and do it on a daily basis, or however often they would probably amp it up. So
I mean, you honestly just need to make sure you're contacting, like if they're under contract, contacting the vendors twice a week at the most. Twice a week, and contacting your clients twice a week minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty, I'm not trying to talk you out of it, but I'm just trying to understand, because one thing we have right now is time.
Well, that's true.
So, I mean, we're not having a ton of transactions right now. We want to cut our expenses as much as we can. Just trying to figure out, what do you feel like what they're doing that you can't do yourself right now? I mean, if you have like 4 closings going at one time a month, I mean, I understand that. But if you have 1 or 2, that's like 4-8 telephone calls a week.
Right. But as far as the detail oriented part, I think they would be more in tune with that. And I would just be more comfortable knowing that they're doing everything they should be doing in a timely manner, that I wouldn't miss anything, and I would just be that backup.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Look at Sarah Jane looking like the rest of us today.
Good morning.
You're on mute, Sarah, just so you know.
Hey.
What's up? Look at you dressing like us common folk.
Sometimes I just feel like I need to connect with the people. My screen just went black, so I can't see anybody.
We can see you.
I know.
So don't be picking your nose or anything.
So 261 to 270 was the homework he gave, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 timeless strategies.
Proactive prevention. Yeah, we had my team this weekend had a guy that we talked to him like in October, and we've been like slowly working through getting his house on the market. Like we just talked back then. He was like, I want to put it on the market in springtime. I don't want to do it yet, but springtime. And he had some repairs that needed to be done. So we did had a contractor out there make repairs. This was one of the sides of things I have not thought to bulletproof, but now I have thought to bulletproof it. So he, we've been working with him for the last like month and a half, getting everything ready, getting pictures, there's a few last little repair things that need to be done. He needed new railings on his front porch. Got all that done. Put his house on the market, had Jason go out and take pictures and do the virtual tour and did all of that stuff. Put a house on the market Friday. We've been doing showing windows on our listings, so we give it like an hour and a half one day and just say anybody that wants to look at it can come look at it during that time, so that the sellers only have to leave for an hour and a half. And one of our agents is there like waiting for, making sure that there's only one person at a time going in. And so did that Saturday from 3:30 to 5, and had planned another one Sunday from 3:30 to 5. Had somebody come in, or a few people come in Saturday, got an offer Saturday night. Sunday, they decided they were just too freaked out and don't want to sell their house anymore. So they want to take their house off the market. We've had tons of people wanting to show it yesterday and today. And they're like, yeah, we just can't do it. We're not ready. I'm like, I went through like every objection handler, talked to them about it all weekend long. There's Nicole's listing, so she's like talking to me about what to do, and I'm like, I've done everything that I know to do. I don't know what else we can talk to him about. He just is not going to sell it. Sorry for the yawn. So I hadn't thought about it, but their biggest freak out was they just don't know how they're going to move. It's the two of them, and they have a 19-month-old, something, not, no, 9-month-old. I forget how old their kid is, but young kid. And they're just like, we don't know. Normally, we'd have like all of our friends helping us, and we'd buy beer and pizza, and they would, come over and help us move. But in this environment, look, we can't even do that. So we don't even. Just the reality has hit us that we have to move. And how are we going to move? If we can't have our family help us, we can't really have our friends help us. Even if we have movers, that's a bunch of people coming in our house and touching all of our stuff, and so, like, we're just not ready for it. And so we just had to kind of be like, okay, I guess we'll just wait.
Wow.
So that is one thought. Like, I've been, talking to Haley and Nicole about, making sure we're bulletproofing everything, making sure we're talking to clients, making sure we're getting backup offers on our listings, making sure that we're doing everything we can to bulletproof a transaction. But I hadn't thought about bulletproofing the clients. So thing to think about. Like, I think if I hadn't really had much contact with him and Nicole. Like, it was a long process of putting their house in the market, and it finally was like, okay, we're ready. Like, let's get the pictures, let's do this. And we didn't really talk with them a whole lot through that like end process. So I think if we would have had a little more conversations, we either would have saved ourselves a bunch of time, or we would have gotten them in the right mindset to continue forward. Sorry, I'm yawning a bunch this morning.
It's okay.
Sarah Jane, were you on the call?
Yes.
What'd you get?
And my book came in.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at it. It's got such a pretty cover.
Whoop, whoop.
I think it's just everything, just super important to make your calls. And I know it's said like 1,000 times every day, but just got to make your calls and check on your people. And, that I keep thinking about that one guy that was like, I have one day a week where I call all my vendors, and then one day a week where I call like my pendings. And I'm like, he must have a big team that he's like double checking on or something, because I talked to the lender and attorney and my client like at least once a week, probably twice, like, how are you only doing it once a week? Because I love getting all of something in one day. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'm like, that's not going to work for me. Like, I just talked to him too much to go to one day. So anyway, I don't know what he's got going on, but I cannot do one day vendor calls. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if he was talking about like people you were actually in a transaction with at the current moment, or whether he was just talking about like all of your random vendors, like your preferred painter and your preferred this guy and your preferred that, like people who you aren't actually in the middle of a transaction with. I think he was talking about following up with them and like those people too, and making sure that you're getting referrals and making sure that those people know that you're in the business. So once a week for people like that.
That could have been it. I was just thinking it was the transaction, because he made a point to say like, that way if there's a problem, you find it faster.
Yeah.
So it just made me think that it was just transaction he was talking about, which he could have a huge team and that'd be a thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
NBD.
I don't know if y'all were on here when Richard and I were talking, but today I heard James say 20 a.m. calls and 20 p.m. text. I guess that to help you get to your 40 a day. I've just been doubling up trying to make those 40 calls, which is hard because some days things interfere,
No, not 40 calls, 40 contacts.
40 contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 40
Yeah.
contacts, sorry.
Right.
Yeah, just want to clarify, clarity is power.
Clarity is power. And I do have some that'll text me back like the next day if I leave a message.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they're texting back.
Mm. Yeah, I've been working hard on getting to the 40, but the most I've gotten is like 26, 27. So that's really good to supplement the rest of the calls or contacts, because I don't do a lot of like Facebook private messages and things like that unless if I'm just trying to follow up with like an agent or something like that. So
Right.
that's good. That's good to know, to be able, that we can add that in there. I know last Bolt I did, they were adding 50% of calls could be text messages as long as they're two ways. I don't
Right.
really know what I feel about that, but I mean, it's change, I guess, to be all successful people are willing to change. So
Yeah.
I feel that the younger crowds, they tend to text back. Even if you call, they'll text back, or they'll send you something in Messenger to let you know they did receive your call. And that way I can gauge how they like to communicate.
Right.
Some people don't like to talk on the phone for some reason. I guess it's this new age thing.
Yep.
I mean, do y'all feel like that's going to get better, or is that just something we're going to have to get accustomed to?
I think we gotta get used to it.
I think that's just how it goes for now.
I think because I work with a lot of young people, and so I would just text and text and text and text, and everything's cool until it's not. And so it's so uncomfortable at first. And I just, during a transaction, not follow up with, but during a transaction, like I make them take my phone call. Like if they text me back, I'm like,
Right.
call me. Because like, even if everything's great, because I have to have that phone relationship when it
Me
goes
too.
bad. And that was
Right.
like a hard learned lesson a couple times. I lost deals because I didn't have a voice relationship with these people.
Yep.
Isn't that
Text
crazy?
can be misconstrued sometimes too. So
That's true.
Well, you can't just get everything in there. Like you can only send one message and
Right.
it leaves everything else unsaid.
True.
Yeah.
Hey, do we have a team meeting this week, Matt?
Yep.
I gotta find my calendar.
Richard, your baby's like really cute.
I
Thank
know.
you. They say I get it from my mama. Call it Big Daddy.
Too cute.
Um,
Where are yours, Matt?
what's that?
I said, where are your babies?
My son is laying in my bed watching a movie, and my daughter is on the couch watching a different movie because they wanted to watch different.
And they're both up.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Justice still sleeping, Tasha?
Yeah, but I'm about to wake them up because they have a new type of e-learning starting this week where they have to do like a Zoom type thing. So they don't start until about 10:30, but I want them to get up and get it together so he'll be ready. Something. Yeah.
Oh, I don't miss those days.
Right. He's ready for it so he can see his classmates though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Even my kids are saying that. We had to do a FaceTime with one of my daughter's classmates yesterday, and we've been doing that a little bit with her. And now my son, who's 3, he's like in daycare. He's like, I want to see Jermaine, and I want to see blah blah blah. I want to see blah blah blah. And all his friends. I'm like,
That's it.
do we have friends? Like, what? You're 3. I guess so. Like, when do I get to see Tucker?
I know. It's hard for him.
It is. It's a lot. Justice is so used to being able to play football and all of that stuff. So he'll take the dog outside and run around.
Hey, that's a good thing.
Right. Trying to keep him active. We have a whole gym in our great room right now, trying to active.
I need to take my dogs for a walk. They're getting fat.
Have you guys been on the 11:30 Thrive calls? Do you know about them? They're pretty awesome.
They're every day.
Yep, every day. It's 11:30 Carolina Thrive, and it's they've been really good. The last week's were really good. I'm gonna make sure that we have it posted on our schedule. They last week was Cody Gibson was on there, and there was a guy named Andrew Bloom.
Can you share the link to that, Matt?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think I was wanting to say that we had that schedule. Yeah, the link is on our Facebook page, on
Okay.
the KW Palmetto private page.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. This one's getting tired. I need to get her to nap. So I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
right, y'all have a good day.
Good one.
Yeah,
Bye.
Bye.
yeah, that's something I'd recommend if you have the time. I mean, if you're dialing for dollars and dialing and smiling, keep doing that. But if you're looking for some content, 11:30 every day, that Carolina Thrive call is usually good. Mondays are a little bit weird. It's just basically the Mark Brennan asking everybody for positive things that they had happen in the last week. Then Tuesday through Friday is usually pretty good content. And you can go to the
You said
Carolina.
it's listed?
It's on our page. The Clara posted our like Zoom link cheat sheet. Our
Yeah,
schedule.
that was helpful.
It's on there.
I'm looking.
I think she posted it Friday.
Yeah, it's at the top. It's an announcement at the top.
I'll find it. I'm sure it's somewhere in here.
I can comment and tag you in it real quick.
Is that under command group?
It's in that section. It's an announcement in that.
Okay. Why
I'm
am I
tagging
not
you.
finding that? Urgh. I'm looking on my phone.
I just tagged you in it.
Okay.
Or I commented
Thanks.
under it and tagged your name.
Awesome. That'll work. All right. Let's see.
Somebody knocked at my door and I was like, who in the hell?
AW Palmetto. All right. Got that.
Andrew Bloom's was pretty awesome.
Morning Mon's Carolina's Daily Thrive. I see it now.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I'll just add it to my sticky note with all the other Zoom meeting numbers.
Yep.
Best way to do. Carolina
Cool.
Daily.
Everybody have anything else this morning to chat about? Get motivated about this morning?
Have you ever heard of icing somebody?
Yes.
Okay, so if you are at a party and you find a Smirnoff Ice, you have to take a knee and chug the drink.
Yep.
So
Oh,
I went around to all my friends and iced them on their front door and videoed them and sent it through this group chat. It took 2 hours to hit everybody. And we had so much fun. And then we had a Zoom call that night and we were all just hammered. It's the earliest Zoom call. They start at 7:30 and like people put their kids to bed and like start joining.
Yep.
And it's going to like midnight. This one, 9:30. Everybody was like, I'm out. Because we started drinking at 4. But it gave me this really good idea to raise money for a local nonprofit. Like if you send, I think I'm going to do it this way, unless I can figure out a different way. You send a GoFundMe for at least 10, maybe $20. All that money is going to go to a local nonprofit, but then you send me a name and I'll go ice who you want and I'll put it on Facebook. So it's like you can flamingo people, but now you can ice people. I don't know if it's going to work. It might be totally stupid. Like 3 people do it, but
That's
it's fun.
pretty funny.
And we
Hey.
could, get some peeps, some food. So I'm excited.
that's cool.
Yep. That's good stuff. Yeah, that was I don't remember how long ago. That was like a thing with my friends too that we were doing all the time.
It was so much fun. It was hilarious.
Cool.
All right.
I pressure washed this weekend and grabbed the end of the
Ooh.
pressure washer and shot part of my skin off my fingers. It was pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you have left to pressure wash? If you pressure wash for like 2 weeks.
So the other day I pressure washed just the columns. Like the couple weeks ago, I pressure washed just the columns in my carport, and then yesterday I had I have a bunch of like patios outside my house. So yesterday I had to do like the patios. I didn't make it to those the other day because I pressure washed the columns and then started painting them and stuff. So
Nice.
now I should be done pressure washing for a while.
I'm the pressure washing. Good.
We
Well,
unloaded a storage. What do you call it? A rental storage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cut back. I am about to die. I'm eating a leaf. This morning when I got out of bed, I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to crawl to the kitchen.
Yeah, I feel about the same way. It's like my pressure washer wand is like 6 inches too short. So I'm like half bent over the whole time when I'm pressure.
Ooh.
Like 6 inches longer on the wand so I can stand up like a normal person.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things you don't notice until you wake up the next morning. You're like, oh, why am I so, because I pressure washed all day yesterday. Yeah.
Wait till you hit 55 plus, and then your neck when you're.
Yep.
Things just aren't as flexible as they used to be. Joints included. But it's all good. Hey, at least we're getting things done.
Yep, that's right.
True.
So I told my husband, I said, we got to knock out this honey-do list. I said, because when the band's lifted, we don't know what it's. I said, you might not see me for months. He started laughing. He said, that's right. Go sell those off. Yeah. Trying, babe, trying.
I'm trying, baby. That's so cute.
Oh, that's his favorite thing every day. He'll say, how many houses you sold? I'm like, really?
I love that. Don't you love that when you start getting into real estate and there's some people that are just like, you sell a house today?
Yeah,
right.
Like every time they see you.
Oh, he loves to do that. When I say something about remodeling the kitchen, he said, my bank account says you got to sell 10 houses before we touch the kitchen. I'm like, dude, come on.
You should tell him, well, my bank account says that we can go ahead and do it.
Oh, but he can go to Lowe's and spend his money on his yard toys.
Uh-huh.
Oh, mercy. But it's all good. All good. Well, I'm going to go get ready to smile and die.
Do it.
All right. You guys have a good day.
Y'all too.
Bye-bye.
This morning. See ya.